How does the entire media arm of a nation fall victim to the very same seduction that the Senate and House do?
Well, it's a good question. And at the root of the answer, and a lot of this isn't original thinking, corporate media is not good for democracy. Corporate media does not want to rock the boat. Corporate media is the boat.
Right.
And being against the war, especially when everybody was huffing and puffing, is not good for business. I was not a welcome personality at MSNBC.
Let me back you up. You mentioned Rumsfeld, you mentioned GE, you mentioned MSNBC, and you mentioned what's bad for business. Rumsfeld was the Secretary of Defense at the time. GE obviously has an investment in defense contracts.
One of the 5 biggest.
Right. Are you suggesting that Rumsfeld is literally talking to folks at GE and GE is literally talking to the folks at MSNBC to determine what the outcome is of the programming?
You know, I'm not that powerful to know. But I would be willing to say yes. I don't think it's every day. It's more, censorship is more subtle than this. But these guys hunt together. They drink bourbon and branch water together. They are friends. And big media does not want to rock the boat because big media is the boat.
Right.
So there's an organization called Media Reform. Bob McChesney of the University of Illinois, Champaign-Urbana, is into it with John Nichols of The Nation. Their motto is, corporate media is ruining democracy. And I went to their convention, it was jammed. Everybody looked 12 years old to me. But they all had cameras. And they're going to places that mainstream media isn't going.
Yeah.
And they're making documentaries for like $50,000. I'm not sure how they fund those, but it is the future. It is the antidote. When I became a reporter in Adrian, Michigan, I didn't have to take a test. I'm sorry, I don't want to talk too much.
No.
I didn't want
to.
Oh, I didn't have to take a test. I didn't have to pee in a bottle. I said I'm a reporter, and I was.
Yeah.
And I had a Norelco tape recorder, and I could stop the mayor right in the hole. I couldn't get over the power I had. I was a reporter because I said I was a reporter. And that's the way you want it. You want everybody who can be a reporter, because what happens is you have a whole bunch of reporters.
Yeah.
And somewhere in the collective middle of this crowd, you will find the truth. Today, that middle is occupied by 5 companies, much more concerned about the price of their stock than they are about doing stories that upset people. Now, you have to make a point here. Nobody respects the roundhouse barroom criticism.
Right.
Everything doesn't suck. There are some people out there doing noble work. I saw a report on CNN the other night from Iraq, and it's in chaos. And it was very well done, female reporter. You know, there are people out there that are really risking their butts to get the news in. I want to just give a plug. Yeah. I said every major metropolitan newspaper in this country opposed the war. McClatchy newspapers, Knight Ridder, McClatchy newspapers may be the exception. And I want to read the 4 reporters who were the ones that, as far as I know, the only ones pushing back on the invasion of Iraq. Yeah. Jonathan Landay, Warren Strobel, John Walcott, and Joe Galloway.
Wow.
We should, they never won a Pulitzer. We should be building statues to these guys.